Hello everybody. Today I want to talk about my gear loadout for next year's thru hike of the Appalachian Trail. Um, it's not complete yet, and it hasn't, got to the point where, I might have one or two pieces that would be changed out or whatever. Anyway, let me bring you over and we'll go through it and have a look at it. Okay, so let's start at the top here. Here I have my quilt that I'll be using. It's an Enlightened Equipment 20 degree, no collar with 950 fill, and it weighs 19.5 ounces. And while I'm still on my sleep system, I have my Sea to Summit. I know this is a luxury item. I have my Sea to Summit Eros pillow in large. It's the same one I used on my thru hike of the IAT. However, it's a large instead of a regular. The regular one was just a little bit too small for me. So anyways, okay. So while I'm still on my sleep system, I have a Thermarest Uber Light, and I believe this one here is about 10 ounces. It's a good pad. It's very cool though. It's not something that'll keep you warm in the winter. Like you couldn't use it in the winter, I don't think. Anyways, while we're in this area here, here I have my tent. This is the Z-Packs Altiplex. And it weighs in around 17.2 ounces. With a tent like this, in fact, it's the only tent that I know of, that a trekking pole tent at least, that needs an extension. So this just goes right onto my trekking pole to make it longer. And I am using the Z-Packs ground sheet. I just do that because I can keep the tent cleaner. It makes setting up and packing down much quicker. What I'm using for stakes, what I've chosen to use, at least one of the things I'm using, are the Z-Packs carbon fiber 6.5 inch stakes. I'm also going to be bringing out anchors in case I have to or want to set up on a platform. I guess it's called a platform. Moving back, the main thing here is my backpack. So this backpack is again a Z-Packs. It is an Arc Haul 62 liter. It's kind of loaded. It's got hip pockets, and it's got a side pocket, strapping, extra strapping, etc. So it's a little heavier. In other words, it's probably around 22, 23 ounces. I should weigh it. Also, my water filtration system is attached to it via an aqua clip. It's a 1 liter with bee-free, Catadine bee-free. And also attached here, that you don't see, is my Zoleo satellite communicator, so I can assure my loved ones that I'm safe. Do I have loved ones? I'm just kidding. Anyways, my electronics bag has various cables and whatnot that I need. Also, it has for when I get into town or somewhere where I can get power, I need to charge it up. This particular one has a 30-watt charger, which is very powerful. It'll charge up my devices quite quickly. It has a USB-A and a USB-C connector. Very good charger. My power backup, my power bank is a Nightcore NB 2000 sorry, not 2,000, 20,000. Got my zeros mixed up. It's quite light as these go. However, it's still heavy. I mean, it weighs 12 ounces. So yeah, I mean, we just kind of got to deal with that. Everybody has to go through that. Starting at the bottom here, so I have the Jetboil Stash stove. This by itself is 7 ounces, but with the canister, the small canister, it's going to come out to about 14, almost 15 ounces. Clothing. So one thing I have to say is I do have a Gore-Tex rain jacket made by Arc'teryx that I could use, and I'd like, well, I don't want to use it actually. I would prefer to get another one. I do have one coming that I'm going to try out and shake down this week, which is the, is it Virtus? Yeah, it's the Virtus rain jacket by Z-Packs. And I also have their waterproof gloves. They're very long, so they're also, well, they're mittens actually, and they will cover gloves that I do have. I have a merino wool neck gaiter or buff, whatever you want to call it. Also bringing a Enlightened Equipment Apex Torrid synthetic. This is synthetic hoodie, puffy. It's served me really well this year on my thru hike, and I intend to use it again next year. I have the down booties by Z-Packs. Merino underwear. I don't like showing that, but anyway. These are gloves, just wool gloves that I can put underneath my mittens, or I can just use them. They're also really good because you can still use your phone or electronics, so anything you touch is still there and it'll work well. So aside from what I'm wearing, I also am bringing an Echo Sun hoodie. I'm bringing spare socks, so I usually wear two levels of socks, 2 layers. I always wear Injinjis underneath, very thin, and then on top I use Darn Tough crew cut merino socks. And lastly, I have a 150 weight merino base layer system, which is the top and the bottom. So that covers my clothing. I also am going to switch this year because they're lighter, the Z-Packs trekking poles. Now this is a controversial one, the umbrella, because the AT is so wet. I'm thinking I should bring the umbrella. Why? I don't know, because I'm already going to have a good rain jacket. I think it's more for when I'm in camp, or maybe if I'm filming and I'm walking. Anyway, this one's an iffy one. However, it is 6 ounces, so and I do include my base weight. I do include this weight in my base weight, is what I should say. This year I've gone a little smaller in my first aid kit, and I might go smaller yet. It's just got some basic stuff in it. This is just a standard little bag with Band-Aids, some gauze, Leucal tape, as you can see, Afterbite, etc. So, like I say, this is downsized significantly from last year, which I really like. Now, I don't know why I didn't do, oh, I know why, because I'm going out next week for a hike. I didn't bring my, this is my poop kit. I didn't bring my my deuce of spades yet, or like this week, but it will be in this pack for my poop kit. Food bag, as you probably already know, most of you that have been watching my videos. I'm using a Hilltop Packs food bag. It's Dyneema. Peace, love, and blisters. And the food that I'm actually going to, I've got some food in there now in case I do go out this week or next week, but it's a Loxap OPSAC. Ditty bag. A couple luxury items in here, but hey, you know what? Which this is one of them. Believe it or not, this is actually only 3 grams heavier than pump sack, and what it is it's a pump, an electric pump. It saves your sleeping pad immensely. These are pretty amazing. Anyway, I'm probably going to bring it. And I have some other stuff. I have really bad COPD, so I bring Spiriva, patch kits for my sleeping bag, backup water purification tablets, patch kit for my tent. Ooh, I should throw those out. Or not throw those out, but these are waterproof matches, but I won't need them. Oh, and why is that there? It should be in with my camera gear. I have an inhaler. Like I said, I have COPD. My little baby toothbrush. The weight of this, I think I weighed it at 12 ounces. I'm using a Thermarest Z-Seat ass pad, and then I have my camera bag, which now has my little microphone cover, where it's supposed to be. I have my filters, I have my camera case. I'm bringing a drone with me, which is going to actually add quite a bit more weight than I'd like it to. However, you know what? That's fine. I don't think it should be too bad. And then my camp shoes over here are Adidas, very comfortable camp shoes, very light, but they're open-toed, and I'm not sure about that. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Anyways, guys, this is pretty much it. You know, there's really not much more to my setup for next year, and it might change. I don't know that for sure either. I'm going to do a couple of shakedown hikes, so who knows? I might add things or I might take things away. Right now I'm a little on the fence about a couple of things. One of them is the cook kit, the stove, and then the other is the umbrella. I just don't know how I want to go. I did try out a poncho. However, I found out that the poncho actually made everything wet underneath. There was so much moisture that if I had camera gear on me, the lenses would be all foggy and so on. The idea of having a poncho really appealed to me. But I just find I just can't get to anything because I'm covered up, and it's so hard to maneuver if I have to get into a pocket or something or get water out. It just didn't work out for me. So I'm not doing a poncho. So right now the question is just whether or not I want to do just a rain jacket or an umbrella. Or just an umbrella. I like the idea of the rain jacket because it's an extra layer as a shell. It could be a wind shell, it could be a thermal layer. I just think it has more use as with the jacket as opposed to the umbrella. But again, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. If I do change, I will do a final loadout before I leave, and I'll just kind of go over some of those details. But yeah, so that's it. I'm going to go out, I hope maybe this week or next week. We're supposed to go to Algonquin again for a shakedown. It's going to be very cold, so I get to test out the colder gear, which because I'm supposed to go in February, I'm scared that I won't be warm enough, you know. So I might actually swap a couple things out. I might start the trail with my other sleep gear. In other words, I might go from the Uber Light to the Neo Air X Light, which is warmer, and then I might also switch my quilt to my heavier quilt, which is going to actually add ½ a pound to my base weight. But again, it's good to zero Fahrenheit. So You get up to elevation up in those mountains there in February, there's a good chance of snow. There's a good chance it'll be freezing, you know, or below freezing. So I'll kind of play that one by ear. I think these shakedowns now during, like up to that time, will probably help me figure out how I want to go with that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm there. There's no excuses now. It's just a matter of getting out and walking. So anyway, see you later.